I remember watching my grandfather die. Have any of you guys done this? It's a comedy show. Relax. No, I remember, it was really sad. It was like terribly sad. I cried like right up until the moment he died, just so like he could never realize that I was a man. I just wanted to disappoint him until the very end. It worked. That's good. Do you guys have Facebook up here? Have you heard of it? Have you heard of Facebook? Yeah? Okay, I didn't know. Sometimes you make jokes and people are like, what the fuck's he talking about? But Facebook, we're on the same page. My Facebook, because I will never Facebook friend as a guy. So now that I'm 27, my Facebook is just like a giant list of girls that like I thought I wanted to fuck at one point in time. And my news feed is just me watching their lives like bloom into happiness without me. And being like, oh yeah, you chose right. You would not be watching a sunset with me. You'd be in a place that smells a little bit like BO. But it's good. I think dating is rough for me because I have to like convince a girl to fall in love with me before she starts trying to guess where I fall on the autism spectrum. Do you have that problem? You gotta get her in there before she's like, oh, he's a little Asperger's-y. He makes some sounds. I think he just beeped and came at the same time. I guess that means I did a good job? No, but it's weird, because like, you want to be honest when you're dating someone, but like not like too honest. Like you can't just let like your full-blown personality out. You have to like feather it out. It's like, this is what it's like. It's like you're holding in a fart. And you just slowly let your personality out until it fills the room. And she just thinks that's what life is like. And she just lives in shit forever. That's how it goes. That's my secret. It works every time. This is a true story. I was on a first date not too long ago, and like first dates are the worst. Unless if you're like me and you just want to tell the same stories about yourself all the time. But this girl asked me a question, which was like the best first date question I've ever had. She said, what's your biggest fear? And I was like, this girl's great, that's a good question. I'm gonna give her an honest answer. And I was like, I'm really terrified that I'm like mentally retarded. And everybody's just too nice to tell me. People are genuinely nice most of the time. And when they're not, people are like, hey, fuck you, retard. And I'm like, is that one guy honest? So I looked back at her, I stared in her eyes, and I was like, what's your biggest fear? And she said, spiders. And I knew I wasn't gonna get a second date. That was the end of it. It was the worst. Oh. God. I am dating a girl right now. Right? That's great. It's fun. Except like I didn't know that you're supposed to compliment women. Like, honestly, I just thought like you knew why I was around. Like obviously you're doing a pretty good job. It's a shitty one. No, but I like this girl, and so I was like, I'm gonna compliment her. But it's weird to just be like, hey, like you have really pretty hair. I can't stop because that's just what do you? I'm like, your brain's nice, and your boobs are good. Like I don't. When do you say? Because it's weird to just be like that. One thing about you is great. So I went and talked to a friend of mine, and she was like, just say something honest that you really feel. And so I went back to this girl and I was like, listen, you are so beautiful that I feel like I should blow your dad. Like, at least once. Like I already like his seed, I would swallow. It's gonna be great. That didn't work. She was on the rocks. So I'm back to my friend, she was like, listen, just open yourself up, be completely honest. So I went back to this girl, I stared her in the eyes, and I said, listen, God has abandoned you, but I never will. We're still together, you guys. It's great. It's a happy ending to that story. It's joy and love and peace. Do you guys like the music of Phil Collins? Just like one. Most people are like, fuck no, but I'm not gonna be mean. I like Phil Collins. I like a little song called In the Air Tonight. Do you guys know that song? Yeah? Am I too old now? It's a great song. Oh, your hairline is receding like a motherfucker. I know you know who Phil Collins is, and not just from Tarzan. But do you know the mythology behind the song? I'm going to tell you it. It's about Phil Collins watching this guy watch another guy drown and not saving him. Now I love this song. And that leads me to believe one thing. It was worth it for that guy to die for this song. Like, I'd go to that guy's wake, play that song, and be like, I'm sure your son was great, but listen to this drum breakdown. It's amazing. I think this works for a lot of things. Like, World War II. At this point, it was terrible. At this point, worth it for the movies alone. But I kept doing this logic in my head, and I was like, this doesn't work for everything. Because 9/11 was a tragedy. And all we got from that was a Nicolas Cage movie and a bunch of country songs. Nobody likes that shit. That's why we're still at war. People are pissed. They're like, create art! That was weird. This is a personal question for each and every one of you. Have you guys at all been watching Asians recently? Serious. This is serious. I mean it. Have you been watching them? Because I have. Listen, I have. But well, listen. They've been getting pretty tall. Right? Now you realize that you're like, fuck. They're so tall. Like, I don't even know if we can call them Asians anymore. To be honest with you, like, we gotta think of something new. Stereotypes are done. You guys live in Flagstaff. Does anyone... I want to talk to you for a second. I can tell we're on the same page. What is your favorite porn site? You don't have one?
XNXX.
What?
XNXX.
She's like, you can find that link to it on my Fat Life page. So that was a deep cut. But my favorite's Pornhub. Does anybody watch Pornhub? What are you guys doing in Flagstaff? Just drugs and mashing your genitals with other people?
Yeah.
We don't do that in Tucson. I sit alone. If you haven't been to Pornhub, it's great, but they do this thing where they give you 6 videos that are currently being watched by other users. Which is like great because they're usually good videos, but then I'm like, I don't need to know what that guy's looking at for my porn experience to be better. Like, I know boobs are good. Don't need his advice on it. But the weirdest thing is there's a little box in the corner and you can tweet or post on Facebook what you're watching. This would be fine, but I'm a bit of a spastic ejaculator. The other day I liked teens who like Twat 5 on Facebook. My dad is my Facebook friend. And he liked it. He said, holy shit, I thought you were gay. It was the happiest moment of his life. My grandma's on Facebook though. She liked his comment, commented on it, and said, I told you he was too much of a pussy to take a cock. You owe me $25. That's a terrible story. Have you guys ever rock bottom before? Have you ever hit your absolute rock bottom? I have. It involved, not drugs, I don't have a problem with drugs, but it was fast food and masturbation. I had a hamburger, and I was feeling pretty good about myself, so I masturbated. And listen, I'm a grown man, I'm an adult male, so when I came, I had no plan for where that cum was gonna go. I just leaned back, let it collect on my chest, started looking for options, grabbed the closest thing to me, and wiped it off. And as I was putting it back down, I realized that it was the wrapper from my cheeseburger. And that on that wrapper there was a little piece of cheese. I'll tell you guys this honestly. I've never wanted to eat anything this bad in my life. Because I wanted to eat that little piece of cheese on my wrapper. Yeah. That happened. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for who I am. You guys are great.